Okay, hello YouTube. Welcome to Drifter for Noobs. As the title says, this is just gonna be an intro guide to Drifter on Brawlout, just to give you the basics of the character and his kit. So I'm gonna try to make this like a 3-part or a 4-part kind of series. So stay tuned for the other videos. But today we're gonna work on just introduction, just so you can kind of enjoy the game without getting destroyed, as long as you have these fundamentals for Drifter down. And I'll show a couple of things that I practice personally before games or before tournaments, especially to kind of make sure my hands are warm and kind of just certain things you want to focus on in your gameplay when you're playing people online. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, please don't forget to follow me on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Saturday, and half of my stream is Brawlout. So if you want to chat with some Brawlout people, or just chat with me and have questions about Brawlout, check the description down below. Make sure to leave this video a like, and please, like I said, go follow me on Twitch. I'm way more active on Twitch. But let's get. Okay, so to start this off, I'm gonna try to target as many different playstyles as possible. Drifter, I think, can be played in any way possible. He can camp you out. He can play rushdown very well. He has really good combo game. He can edge guard the hell out of you. So I'm gonna try to touch on each individual way he could do that. But very basic stuff that everyone that doesn't know or is unsure of how to play Drifter, I think he can play pretty much anyway. So to start off, we're gonna work on spacing and movement. He's pretty freaking fast. I think he's one of the faster characters in the game. But the reason I personally have him at like the height of mid tier is because of the fact that all the characters are faster than him and other gimmicks like projectiles and stuff like that. You didn't see that, but the things you're gonna want to practice, and maybe I didn't pick the best stage to do this, but you're gonna want to get used to his wave dash range or wave dash length, because it's gonna come in handy when you start getting into your combos. So things you're gonna also want to work on is getting your dash dance animation down to the point where you can flick and dash attack. That's probably one of the faster ones. I wish we could see like the frames on that, but I'll have to pull up my book in a second to see the dash attack frame data. But you want to, instead of dash dancing a bunch just to feel confident enough to throw out dash attack, you're going to want to just get comfortable flicking once and being able to throw it out on an instant. So then you can start progressing and working on spacing. So like for here, I know I can pretty much flick and hit him right here, right? Other things you're going to want to practice, you'll see me do this a lot. If you don't know how to wave dash or dash dance properly in this game, because dash dancing in this game is not the same as Melee or Project M or whatever you're comfortable playing. So if you need a little bit extra help or somebody else to go more in depth on those, check out Ollie Wander's guides. I'm going to put those down in the description. But Drifters isn't as hectic as other characters like Birds or Monkeys. So what I mean by that is, once he starts sprinting, he pretty much is ready to dash attack. But there are instances where you'll kind of do a flick and jab, and you don't want to do that. Not at like the beginner spot. Like it's a mix-up, but you don't want to do it accidentally. Like you want to mean to do this. You don't want to just happen to fuck up your dash dance and not throw out a dash attack when you're clearly in range, right? You want to get used to seeing the animation. So like if you slow it down a bit, I can dash attack at any point depending on the direction I'm facing when I'm in this animation. But here it's questionable. I'm doing it like tight enough that I might just jab. Another trick, if you're having a hard time confirming the dash attack, is just hold that stick out to either direction. But if you're doing too many spastic movements and you're like not holding stick, it's sometimes just gonna throw this jab out, and you don't want to do that. Other things are gonna be like wave landing on platform or wave dashing off platform. this isn't super duper important until you get to edge guarding, which I'm not going to touch on too much in this video. But if you can master the manual, I have a wave dash button, which is kind of cheating, but not really. Like, we all use it, or a lot of people use it. So you want to get comfortable wave dashing. If you're more comfortable doing the manual wave dash, like if you're a melee player and you're comfortable hitting jump, dodge, and down all at the same time, like this is a manual one for me, and it's way easier in this game because you can pretty much just tap everything at the same time. And if you do it manually, you can adjust the range on your wave dash, if I can actually do it. But with the wave dash button, you know, you kind of just hold it and it'll let you do whatever really fast. This is my main way of transportation on this game. And then you can kind of start playing around with other things like throwing in dash dance and a wave dash out, because there's no shield in this game, right? So coming back to the whole wave dashing off ledge or wave landing, you want to use his wave land to kind of slide to the edge of the platform. If I could actually do it, I'm gonna wait for, but just throwing out hitboxes at the ledge of something. So just use it as like a get off me kind of tool, like when you're at the edge of a platform. This platform's not the best one to work with, but if you can start mastering wave landing or wave dashing off platforms, it opens up a variety of options. If you even get like that first startup of back air or fair, and you can react to where the opponent's going, it sets up for a lot of things. But just start working on actually getting the wave dash off. And if you have the button, it should be really easy. So this should be like a part of your warm-up routine if you're playing Drifter. So aside from just dash dancing and wave dashing and wave landing or wave dashing off the side of the platform, the next thing I kind of want to touch on with Drifter is his recovery, because I think it's one of the other things that hurt his kit a bit. It's pretty nice to have both like an illusion like Fox or Falco, and then have an up B like Marth or Ike. It's actually more like Roy. I just threw out a bunch of random character names, but he has this side B and an up B that goes straight up. So when you're off stage, the recipe that I try to follow just to maximize space is gonna be jump, air dodge, side B, up B. Obviously I didn't get knocked out there, but you want to just make sure you're utilizing every little bit of space that you can take. I try to save side B because when you start throwing out multiple side Bs, I'll do it off this ledge, right? If you throw out side B multiple times, he doesn't get that startup frame where he freezes. Like once he throws it out the first time, he gets that startup, and you can pick if you want to go up, straight, down, or like do like a float backwards, like something like that, which isn't super useful unless somebody's like under you, but it sends you more down instead of back anyway. But coming back to recovery, I try to save that as my last option. So I'll like jump, air dodge, side B, up B. That's like my recipe. You can obviously jump, side B, air dodge, up B. Those are all safe options too, but I tend to save my side B as long as I can, because once you don't have a way to come upward, then you're kind of screwed. And you can angle this thing kind of crazy. Like you can go downward and like kind of loop up, and then it's also like more powerful. I don't think it sends you farther, but like the startup frames on it are gonna do more damage if somebody contests you if you have meter. So just keep that in mind. I'm doing everything right now meterless. Other than that though, like his up B snaps to ledge, pretty safe thing, and it hits people through the bottom of the stage. So if you think somebody's gonna try to dunk you, or if you know they're too scared to pressure you off stage, don't be afraid to throw that up B out, but just be ready to wall tech, or just be ready to try to re-grab ledge if you need to. That was terrible, but people will try to edge guard you as Drifter because it's linear one way and linear the other way. he doesn't really have too much dynamic movement other than this little like dip that you can do, which I don't really do that much. So people have to guess, and they have to respect the fact that you can also just do the second hit of up B and drag them down stage. So if you're up a stock and you want to do a gimmick, you can just kind of up B and then press down B at the same, or like after the first one comes out, and you'll grab them and drag them with you. But if you're on the same stock, don't do it because you'll die first. What else? That's pretty much it for recovery. His shine doesn't stall him like at all, and it's not really worth throwing out if somebody's coming to contest you. You'll just get hit, so don't do that. And aerials off stage are pretty good. Like if you're coming back with fair, it's not going to give you much height or any height at all, but it's definitely there to contest somebody that's trying to contest you. Alright, so this next little part, well, not little part, this next part's going to be like the bulk of just the intro, right? So depending on how you want to play this character, he has options to do everything. If he wants to get in on someone, depending on how good your movement is at the beginning, he can run in, short hop, and like nair people or land with fair if I could actually do it. Messing up on demo. But it gives him options, right? Short hop nair leads to up tilt. Get him off stage real quick. Short hop fair sends people off stage. And I almost like muscle memory wise just throw out F tilt just to get even more distance on them off stage. So that was an accident, but or it was just muscle memory, but I need to actually land the F tilt. Or the fair, I mean. Oh my god, get off this platform. Thank you. But you'll notice, like, if you look at my like clips or like tournament clips, you'll see me like throw out a bunch of fairs because it just kind of, I think it has the second most hits done. I'm almost positive Nair has the most hits done on the enemy when they get naired. So if you can practice just short hop Nair is gonna be a good combo starter. I think it might be more advanced, honestly, but if you can get it at the startup, do it. Like the start of your practice, do it. But I would definitely recommend getting your dash attack spacing down with your movement while you're doing your movement, and then start playing around with mixing up so they think you're gonna dash attack. They see you doing all this crazy movement and you're sitting there dancing in the middle of the stage, right? And they think, oh snap, he's gonna dash attack me, but you come in up tilt. And up tilt just leads to anything, right? If I were telling you to like practice one thing specifically, I would tell you to do up tilt, fair. Just because it just lets you get used to them reacting. Most people, once they get hit with this up tilt, they're like, okay, let me get away from this. So most of the time they're gonna try to DI out, which sets you up for that fair. The bot's DIing in, even though I have it on combo, he's DIing in. But if he DIs in, it's guaranteed second up tilt. And then you can mix up the back air if you want to. But up tilt is going to be your primary combo starter, or like the anchor to your combos. And what I mean by anchor is, like I was saying, if you come down with fair, I'm just instinctually sending out F tilt at ledge because I want him gone, right? But, and this is also like just a bot at 0%, because I don't want to like mess up my spacing, but I'll turn the percentage on just so you can see how quickly his combos do damage. So you come in with fair, you can up tilt right after, right? If you come in with nair, up tilt right after. Bear is the only one that you're not going to get the up tilt on, but even down air, which I won't tell you to practice yet, is going to set up an up tilt. So up tilt is going to be your anchor. You can like full hop, double fair, but the first one's not gonna hit. It just occupies space and they have to respect it. So, and fair doesn't have too many frames of end lag, as you can see. So just play around with your fair spacing, but always have up tilt as your anchor, because it literally up tilt to up tilt, turn around up tilt. You just play with up tilt. That's gonna be your anchor, whether they DI out of it, burst out of it, or you know, try to counter hit you. I think Yooka and maybe like monkeys maybe might have a way to get out of it. Volts, if they're like thinking about it, they could just send out their neutral special, which is the lightning, while they're getting hit because it's gonna come directly on them, which hits you. But most people aren't thinking about it, and it takes with the way hit stun works in this game. Definitely just be comfortable throwing out. That was up special. Definitely be comfortable throwing this. Like, obviously he's at 0. He's just gonna get hit every time. But each one of these hitboxes is really good. And the only exception to up tilt not being viable is in a Yooka matchup, which I'm gonna do a completely different video on how to deal with Yukas as Drifter. So stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, just to like recap on the combo starters, Nair. If you can land these consistently, do them. But I don't even know the timing myself. I hardly throw these. If you can get comfortable throwing them upon landing, they hit the backwards hit is pretty tight, but it's there. And then obviously if you get it, you can just up tilt. But even like, I don't know if this is a bad habit to practice, but I would just say, even if you whiff Nair, throw it up tilt. I'm waiting for the platform, but boom, boom. Even if you whiff it, it just applies so much pressure to somebody, and there's no shield in this game. So they're getting hit by either Nair and up tilt or just up tilt. Like, most people are not getting out of there. And you see how fast that comes out immediately after. Like, and obviously, like I know it's just a 0% drifter, but if you start practicing this at a low percent, then it leads to other things. So let's turn the percentage on real quick. All right, so here, he dropped down for me. I appreciate him. Drifter bot OP, so good. So let's just try to start off with the whole dash attack in, fake them out, and up tilt. So that right there was about like 57 before I upbeat him, or side beat him back into stage, right? He's already at 65%. The thing that you're going to want to get used to now is the mid-range, and this is where you can kind of play with your options. Up tilt at this range is still going to give you aerial options. You just can't go for the second one, or you waste space. So what I suggest, especially at like 65 to 80 or to 100, 65 to 100, if you get an up tilt raw, go for that fair. Just track them and go for the fair. Hit stun in this game is crazy, so you'll be able to get up there every time. And if you get a sour one like that and you can react, then go for like a dash attack. After 100% though, these up tilts, you start to notice they're way too far and they have like a way to come down on you. Drifters got up air, which is huge, strong, kill confirmed type of move, but in terms of trying to go for it after that up tilt, I whiff that up air, somebody's coming down with something, or they're relocating on the map, right? So at 135, this is where you start experimenting with your smash attacks. My go-to smash attack is fair, or forward smash, sorry. Just because it's a part of his combo tools, which that is going to be like on the part 2 of this. So stay tuned for that if you want to start experimenting with just the light forward smash. But yeah, my go-to is going to be forward smash at high percent. And I just kind of charge it a bit. You don't need to charge it all the way, but something like that where that big hit at the end is going to come out is going to be important. But let's try the other way where I come in with Nair and then try to do everything else. Oh, I SD'd, but I got him down to 48. I didn't mean to throw that down air out, but now he's at 48, right? Let's try again. Landed the Nair. I whiffed the second Nair and was able to get an up tilt anyway. Like, his Nair to up tilt game is gonna be crucial to you, like, securing combos. So if you get this spacing of Nair and just use it as like a wall out tool, everything else you throw is gonna apply so much pressure on them that they have to respect the fact that you can just juggle. If their movement is not optimal and you see an enemy throwing out dash attack a lot, you can counter with your own dash attack. His dash attack only loses to maybe birds, maybe. But if you space it properly, those big hitboxes at the end of the sword are gonna take that bird and poke him in the face, right? So once you start getting a read on your opponent and you start getting comfortable landing with this nair and throwing out that up tilt, second hit fair, you can just apply so much pressure pretty much anywhere on the stage. The only thing Drifter has a hard time with is if a bird, and this is also matchup specific, which I'll go over in another video. If you are trying to edge guard a bird or somebody that can get up above you faster than you can get up here to throw out this full like double jump up air, if you're going up against a character that can get around that, that's the only time you're going to have a hard time. But if you can pressure stage, by all means do it. And that's the thing, you can play this character super grounded, you can play him campy with his lasers, you can play him super aggro because he has a few ways to get in, like nair, fair, dash attack if you space it correctly, threaten so much space. What else? Up tilt. Because, like I said, if you're hitting them at the tip of the up tilt and it just scoops them all the way, it's free combos. I don't really know what else to touch on basics wise. If you find yourself in a really hard spot, I would just recommend trying to learn, like, jab combo's not bad, but you have to be ready to react out of it and throw out like an up tilt or short hop nair. But those are going to be the staples. If you can't get short hop nair down, just work on short hop fair and just work on throwing out either of them. Dare and up air are going to come out in the next video. Back air is another really good thing you'll want to start practicing. If you get everything down in this video where you feel comfortable with, like, okay, my wave dash off ledge or my wave land on platform to like short hop or to falling nair is working, or like my up tilts are just too good, like my up tilt juggles are too good, and you want to start practicing other things, the transitional stuff will be like start working on short hop back air at ledge just so you can start pressuring ledge. And I won't get into too much of the other stuff because it'll just be there for the next video. But to wrap this up, like I said, jab combo is pretty good. It has a crazy tipper, and if somebody's not ready for it, they'll most likely die. If not die, eat a ton of percent if they're not ready for all of it. Other tools that you want to fit in are gonna be laser, but if you're at this stage of the game where you're just picking up Drifter, you're not sure what to do yet, I would just say throw out a laser and move. See what they do with your laser. See if they respect it or not. Because at high percent or high meter, that laser is going to push them all over the map. So throw out laser, move around, keep up all the other stuff we were practicing, wave landing on platform or wave dashing off platform. Make sure your dash dance animation is good for dash attack because it just threatens so much space. Like the fact that I can be all the way over here and almost make it to him, they have to respect that. The only thing is if they get your spacing down at the edge of dash attack, if you whiff like that, you have to be ready to eat some percentage. So you definitely want to be more comfortable just hitting them. Don't whiff it. Just because it can threaten the space doesn't mean you should throw it out. Other than that, please let me know if you guys have questions down in the comment section. Let me know if this is completely wrong. Let me know if other Drifter mains have a problem with this. If you want me to focus on specific matchups that you're struggling with, please put those in the comments as well. I already plan on doing a ukulele matchup just because I think as much as people hate Yooka, I think Drifter wins the matchup, if not goes even, which is kind of bold for me to say considering I lost the first to 10 to Nemesis Styles. But I don't think Yooka is that bad for Drifter. I think if any character is going to have an easy time against Yooka, it's going to be Drifter. But with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for the part 2 and potentially part 3 and 4. and I will be working really hard to try to make sure my gameplay is optimal, so we don't have too many hiccups like we were having today. But I'm not really warm, just now waking up, so I do apologize. But with all that being said, I will see you guys later. Please check out the Discord. Please check out my Twitch, and I will talk to you guys later.